All right, let's get into this articulation. Dealing with him, you're gonna get really nice range with the head. You can look all the way up without a problem, which I've never really seen that done on a 1/6 scale figure in a good way, not too often. So to actually be able to do that, I was really pleased. Even him looking down is really nice. You get all the standard butterfly joints in the arms as usual. Swivel in the bicep as usual. His arms are double hinge, so you can get the full band out of them without a problem. Especially when you take the jacket off, it only becomes easier. You got the standard peg on the swivel and on the hinge. The only thing that's different about this figure, you're going to get an odd place on where they put the ab crunch at, which it actually works even better than the standard. So it actually falls one notch up above the navel, so you can bend there, and obviously you can bend in the waist, and you can get full movement. So doing it is not a problem at all. Obviously, it may be a little bit of an issue leaning forward due to this being in the way, but once you make the pose, you're good. So having that, it works great. Getting down to the legs, double hinge here, get about that much of a bend. Now, the only downside in articulation wise is that on his ankle, instead of it being on a ball joint or on a hinge, they did it differently. They put the leg directly into the foot. So all he can do is swivel or spin. The sock is separate, which is nice because so you can actually just make it look bunched up or whatever, but he does not have any type of pivot whatsoever, up or down or left and right. So that's the only thing. He sits kind of odd. Also, one quick thing, almost forgot, he does come with this huge base that you can stand him on. You get all this for 300, by the way. So this thing is phenomenal. I'm extremely pleased on this figure, and he can stand up clearly on his own. So that is all the articulation. Now, this is the thing. The only thing I would say about this figure, in a negative way, is one, the whole ankle part. That was kind of a downer, but not a big deal. I mean, we have figured this probably had worse. So I really can't complain too bad about that, but that is kind of odd. But everything else functions perfectly fine. The other downer is my mask. Actually, I don't know if this is because it was just too long, or maybe they never actually filled the hole out where it was deep enough, but this will not go into the actual canister. So it sits out. So that was one little problem I had, which I'm going to get that handled, so that's not a big deal. And also, I would say that clip situation that I told you about earlier. So between the clip, the ankle, and this mask, that is my only legit problems I have with this figure. It does not change nothing about how I actually feel about this figure. This figure is phenomenal, period. So I'm going to get the problem situated, so that'll be taken care of. And I'm thinking about actually buying a second one just to have one in pristine, because of it's just a badass figure, and for you to get so much of this stuff and him being the first of his line is like a must for me. So I will say, definitely look out for this toy line. Like, if they keep pumping out stuff that's looking like this, they're really going to bring a lot to the table. And honestly, 1/6 scale figures, in my opinion, need to be on this level, because we've purchased so many, including myself, purchased so many figures that don't give you shit, and you still spend 300. And you're looking like, what the fuck was my 300 really going to? Like, granted, you bought it because you liked it, but you would expect more, especially as we getting further up in costs, or just in general seeing companies come so far. I would say this will be the second 1/6 scale figure I purchased as of recent that came with a lot of great stuff. So I got Damn Toys Altair Assassin's Creed figure, and he came with quite a bit as well. Really nice figure as well. But as for like originality, just overall, just something different that I own that I'm really pleased with. This figure has been by far my favorite figure now. Like, out of the 1/6 scale, I'm just blown away. I told my boy about it so bad that he bought one today. Like, I got it in today. I spoke highly of it. He like, Tim, I trust you. Fuck it, I'm buying it. So he bought one. So it just lets you know, like, I don't speak too high on most figures, but in this case, I'm very, very pleased. So Blitzway, please continue to make this toy line. This is great. So I'll stop talking your ear off. I hope y'all enjoyed the review. If y'all got questions, please feel free to ask, and I will gladly help or answer whatever you need to know. Y'all take care.